Welcome back to Coriander Society Yokai Blossom. This is our arc finale, joined once again after the break by Leg Day, Necra, NinjaManMat, and Pods of War. I'm your Game Master, tormented by gnomes, and when last we left our heroes, they were in the very heart of the bloom in the world of Yokai Blossom. And after speaking with Hana, the incarnation, the one who called the bloom to this world to save it from climate change, they convinced her to release her friend from 100 years ago, Rejuvia, who she had imprisoned. But as she did so, the curse of the Kuroyuri tribe fell on Hana herself, cutting off her connection to the Blossom Spirits. And when Hana's the one who gets cut off, there are dire, dire consequences. Today's episode, before we get right back into the action, is brought to you by Daisukami Publishing Company and Anime 5e. I created all of these boss level, endgame characters using the rules in the book. And it was a ton of fun, and I am not sure if I'm glad you guys aren't fighting Hana because you would have been screwed, because the person you're going to fight now, you're also kind of screwed.
Great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, but
And
now
all that info about Hana's abilities.
And then she got nerfed.
Well,
Okay.
shoot.
At that exact moment, as the curse of the Kuroyuri family comes over the very heart of the bloom, creatures, blossom spirits emerge, no longer bound by the will of Hana. They just writhe their way through the undergrowth as if summoned, as if answering a call. And I'm going to pull them up on the screen for you right now.
Oh, no way.
And there's a bunch of them.
Ads.
I was like, ads? I thought we hit our commercial need. I thought there shouldn't be any pre-roll. Oh, right.
But
Wow.
somebody give that DM disadvantage.
They emerge from the sides of the chamber, all around, chittering at you. Jisha, you have the special ability to be able to identify blossom spirits. You immediately recognize these are hex hoppers. They're not particularly strong. They are Kuroyuri blossom spirits. Whoop.
Ooh. Oh my.
Yep. They
It's
can
like a
jump
little chicken.
3 times the normal distance. Every time that they hit you, they infect you with a curse.
Oh, so they're like fleas.
They're like fleas, yeah. The good news on it is that they don't have any ability themselves to actually use those curse counters that they inflict on you.
They
Interesting.
are ads.
For that, they only a more powerful blossom spirit is able to use that. And wouldn't you know it, the very heart, right where Rejuvia's prison is opening up, shifts as something enormous lurches beneath the surface. And you can only kind of see it because it blends in real good with the background.
Give it a glow.
Yeah, let me give it a glow. Do-do-do. Ominous glow and visible and boop.
Also, I want to remind Jisha, not that you would, but you do have a very cool anime power if you wanted to just interrupt stuff.
You do have combo breaker.
Oh, that's right.
So everybody, this creature emerges. Violet colored wood with chocolate lily blossoms emerging from it on all sides as it erupts through the very incarnation, the manifestation summoned by the curse of the Kuroyuri family. This is the Kuroyokai. It's a beast. It is an incredibly powerful blossom spirit, the most powerful blossom spirit any of you have encountered thus far. And it can use those curses that get inflicted. And the more damage it takes, the stronger it becomes. John, why are you making that face?
I just there's a thing I could do that I don't know if even you thought of.
Should we roll for initiative before or after you bring this up?
Yeah, are we fighting this thing? I mean,
It depends. It doesn't look good, but
They
I thought we were just gonna talk.
You were just going to talk. Rejuvia was just going to have a talk and explain her side of things, but the moment that the curse got activated, the Kuroyuri spirits arrived, and they are here to do violence. You don't have to fight, but you do have to roll for initiative.
What? Okay.
Necro, can you remind me real quick? Does Jisha have any healing abilities?
No.
Nope, never mind. I do. I have an idea. I have a very, very good idea.
Oh no.
Yeah, you now you know, don't you?
No,
Now
I
you
don't.
know.
I don't know
Oh.
yet.
Okay, well, it's gonna be great when you figure it out. I think this is my favorite part of the game.
Completely screwing me over.
It's the build-up. It's the build-up as I formulate it in my mind and watch you squirm.
Has everybody rolled in?
So mean.
1, 2, 3. We did it. Oh,
Woo!
full grades to everyone for actually selecting your characters and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
It is Hana's turn first. Hana shudders. The bark and wood encrusting her withdraws, crumbles into nothingness as she transforms, cut off from her powers. Mortal once again.
Dip! Oh, wow. Heck yeah. This is the best ending. I love this.
And she is so in shock at being cut off from the powers of the bloom that she doesn't get to steal your thunder in this huge possible boss fight. She might be able to help, but she's no longer god mode. She's been turned mortal. Orvi,
Wow.
it's your turn. There's a big freaking spirit, blossom spirit, emerging with what looks like hostile intent, reaching towards Rejuvia. What
Can I
do
get a
you
vibe
do?
check on Rejuvia?
Rejuvia,
Is she scared of a big thing?
is she scared? No, but she is. There was a different atmosphere inside the sphere, and so she's disoriented for 1 round.
Sorry, ma'am. We'll talk later. Orvi's gonna move over here and attempt to do the 60-foot cone of the gold barrage on
Okay.
these bad boys.
Nice. So you grab the gold off of your hand and you just swing it.
Yeah.
How many of
swings
these,
around the neck?
All right, so it's going to hit 3 of the hex hoppers, and it's going to hit the big one. So go ahead and
Yeah.
deploy that ability in chat as a flurry of golden discs goes flying outwards. That's a DC 18 save. That takes 16 of your energy, so go ahead and mark that down. And I'll roll for the hex hoppers first. They're pretty agile little jerks. And they all failed their save, and you wipe them all out in a single flurry, just blasting them into oblivion. They get
I'm sorry, it's a
shredded.
long and complicated history with these things.
Now, as for the Kuro Yokai, I just need to check to make sure that he doesn't have any special abilities here that I need to keep track of. He does not. Okay. I'm rolling a dex save. My dex save is... Wow! My modifier is 0, but I got an 18. Okay.
Damn.
I take half damage. And it's listed as immunity, but should it be resistance? It's made of wood. It's a big old tree. It has resistance to bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
So I take half of 7. I take 3 points of damage.
Ow.
Having completely waxed the ads and barely scratched the boss, what else would you like to do? You have multiple actions. Do you
I
have
have multiple actions?
Maybe you don't have that ability because you're a broker.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have that ability, unfortunately. But you
Can
have
I
movement.
Can I take flight with my movement?
Absolutely. You can fly up to your full move speed. And it hasn't taken an action yet, so it can't use reactions to strike at you.
Okay, so I've moved 5 feet. I'm gonna move 25 feet, but like also vertical?
Mm-hmm. Done and done. Okay.
Okay. Does Zarzix move now?
Yeah, Zarzix goes on your turn as well.
Fuck it, might as well give him a spin. I'm gonna try and do the mimic attack on bad boy.
Okay, so you need to fly up and hit
Wait,
him.
I'm gonna do it on the fucking disorientated girl.
Oh, you're gonna steal one of her powers.
Orvy's gonna try and be deceptive with it, just like Sussex, no.
Roll a deception check. A 29.
Don't know why that rolled with advantage, but it's fine. The first one
You
is
take the first. Zarzix, go ahead and make an attack with advantage, please.
I'll just do it twice.
All right.
They're both shit.
But aren't they stunned, you said?
Yeah. So it's definitely, or we're just gonna go ahead and call that a hit.
Pong.
And we are going to steal. We're going to steal 1 rank of critical strike,
Ooh.
which Zarzix can transfer to you.
Copy, not steal, right?
Steal. No, copy, not steal. You're right, copy. Zarzix has copied critical strike and has it until he chooses to use his action to transfer it to you.
Okay.
Oh, it's transferred to? No, that's
No,
Jisha.
sorry. That's me. I didn't mean to put it in.
That's
chat.
all good. Zarzix has transfer 1. You have transfer 2. And Zarzix also has the mimic ability, which steals powers. Okay, so Zarzix is holding 1 rank of critical strike, which means you score a crit if your attack exceeds their AC by 8, and a double crit if it exceeds the attack by 11.
Oh, wow.
And-
Wow.
Okay, so Zarzix is gonna piss off, I guess.
All right, Zarzix flies right back to you, and next turn, before you take your turn, Zarzix can give that ability to you if you want.
And always like bad.
But again, it's not stolen; it's only copied.
Yeah.
All done,
like
Orvi?
bad for attacking Rejuvia.
Anything else, Orvi? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, Rejuvia is stunned for 1 round. The Hex Hoppers go next. I hid the one that you killed, but I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of them now, so they just go... All right, John, one of the Hex Hoppers leaps through the air directly towards you.
Okay.
Boing! And uses Whiplash.
No dice.
A 14? All right, that's a miss. Asena.
I'm a tanky wizard. Tanky
2
wizard.
of the Hex Hoppers hop into position to flank you, and they're going to attack you with advantage.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Dirty 20. That's a hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a 17. Is that a hit?
I am 17.
If it meets, it beats. So you get hit twice. You take 15 points of slashing damage, and you're restrained by vines. The vines have 10 hit points. And furthermore, you have 2 curse counters on you.
Curse counters?
Mm-hmm. They're hitting you with the Kuroyuri curse. Don't worry, they can't do anything with that.
Okay.
There's a few more Hex Hoppers. 2 of them are going to hop right towards... One of them is going to attack Jisha, and one of them is going to attack Orvi.
Can it reach me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Up. Yeah, because they can jump 3 times the normal distance. It's going to jump up towards you, attack you. If it hits, it restrains you with its vines, and you go falling down. If it misses, it falls to the ground and looks dumb. So here's the first attack against Orvi.
Wait a second.
Does an
Ooh.
18 hit?
That does hit.
All right. Orvi, it hits you. It restrains you. You're now trapped in vines that have... what do you call it? Slakura goes on your turn, by the way. You don't need to roll separately for Slakura. And
Okay,
you
well,
have-
he rolled the same as me, so.
Classic. All right, so you're trapped with vines and you have 1 curse counter on you. Jisha, this one is going to run towards you. You can use your combo breaker if you want.
I'm waiting for that.
Okay. It strikes out at you and only gets an 8 on its attack roll. And hey, there's some more over here. Boing. This one's going to attack Orvi with advantage because he's restrained now. Does a 16? Never mind. A 21 that hits.
Yeah, that'll do.
Orvi, you take an additional 9 points of damage. You're now restrained by 10 hit points of vines, and you have 2 curse counters. Jisha, this one goes flying through the air to attack you. Do you have any specials that protect you from being flanked, like a combat style?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right, then it attacks you with advantage. It gets an 18. Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
All right, you take 12 damage. You have 1 curse counter, and you're restrained by vines for 5 points of damage. If you deal 5 points of damage to the vines, you get rid of them.
Okay.
That is it, because 3 of the other Hexhoppers got wiped out by a spray of golden bullets. John, it's your turn. Ruin my life.
Just a quick reminder, everybody here has 14 temporary hit points, so just remember to factor that into the damage that you may or may not
Oh,
take.
okay.
Yep.
Also, secondary, mate, you gave us information on Hana, but even though they're no longer God Hana, should we still have information on regular Hana? So we have an idea about what they can do, or is that not important?
It's not super important. The only other abilities that Hana has...
I mean, they were a fighter with Rejuvia, right? They were trying to save the world.
Adventuring party, not fighter. Mystic.
That's what I mean. Like,
Right.
Okay, I meant they were an adventurer. Like they can do stuff.
Hana still has really high stats, but is like a druid who lost, or a cleric who lost contact with their god.
I see. Okay.
So almost all class features are nerfed. There's only a few exceptions.
John looks to Hana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do we need to... Is that the bloom? And John points over at the giant spirit. Or a personification of it.
She shakes her head. She's she's going through a crisis. She's been connected to the Blossom Spirits more intimately than anyone else for the last 100 years, and she just got severed. She does not understand what's going on right now.
Okay, I guess you sit down.
She drops the egg.
She drops the egg. I'm right next to her. John grabs it.
Okay. Use your reaction to grab the egg before it falls. Put a clock on yourself. All right.
Putting a clock.
All right. You grab the egg.
I put it right in my bag. It goes into the briefcase.
Okay.
Yep. We can deal with that later.
Okay.
Okay. John shouts over at Rejuvia. I think you need to start talking.
She is also recovering from the bad atmosphere. She's going to recover faster than Hana is because she hasn't just gotten like her soul ripped out, but she's completely useless until the start of her next turn.
Okay, let's kill the ads before we move on here. John is going to size up what the heck is happening here.
There's a hex hopper trying to gnaw on your skin.
Gross.
Lushfish, we are going to be doing something that is very bad. However, we know we can beat it, so I think it's going to be more of a help than a negative. Do you agree with me?
Your shadow nods at you.
Okay. As he drops the egg, the child, into his briefcase, John dumps out the dead body of Ganmusamal.
What are you doing?
And he has Lostish use transfer to transfer its regeneration ability on to the spirit-eating demon. To bring it back from the dead, and it will eat the spirits that are surrounding us.
God!
Yep. I brought a boss to fight your boss.
Pocket boss.
So I would like you to please go to your little DM file, grab that previous Ganmusamal boss that we beat, and put him right down on the field.
Okay, so there was remember how Hana mentioned that there is actually more than one Ganyu Sinmal? There was a version of this final battle that involved you fighting multiple. So I just happen to have one right here.
Great. Put it on the table because it's here now.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
how many ranks of regeneration are on this thing?
5. It heals 5 per turn.
Okay, that's going... All right, you dump the dead body of Ganyu Sinmal. Transfer the shadow flows over it. The regeneration fills it. And the fire in its eyes
As soon as it awakens, John uses his dragon fear directed at Ganya Senmal and every other blossom spirit within vision here.
Okay. And that's a wisdom saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Okay.
And while you're rolling these saves, John looks at Ganya Senmal. I can put you right back in the grave that I saved you from. You are going to attack only the spirits that I direct you to. And once this fight is over, we can discuss you keeping your life. Do you understand? And John takes his giant ass gun, Krantaka, the spirit killing revolver, and puts it right on Ganya Senbal's head as he says this. What would you like me to roll?
I would like you to roll an intimidation check, and I'm going to roll. It's a wisdom saving throw, right?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Ganya Senbal has mind shield, so he gets a +5 on this.
Okay.
That is a natural 1.
Nice.
Okay. Ganya Senbal.
The strongest rule on Bazaroth. We obey.
Damn right you do.
And Ganya Senbal rolls in the initiative order. Will that be all?
Well, so technically, I use my reaction, I use my bonus action, and was my item interaction, I'm assuming to dump him out of the thing. Do I get to shoot somebody with my gun?
Yeah, you can shoot somebody.
I'm going to shoot somebody with my gun. I look at the Blossom Spirit at my... Oh, no, I want Ganya Senbal to eat that thing. Never mind.
Yeah, he needs the food.
Then I'm going to shoot the one next to Asena. Specifically, I'm going to activate my Warp Spasm, and I am going to get multiple attacks. So give me just a moment. Krantaka... Oh, yeah, there we go. Krantaka the first.
Jisha, you're up after this.
Don't shoot me, John, but they do have me trapped.
I got you. Don't worry. That would be... What the heck did that roll? That one, that's right. Okay, good. Well, 31, I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah, that hits. And this is Anime 5e, so you... In Anime 5e, technically, if you exceed the armor class by enough, it's a crit.
Oh, nice.
Which is my way of saying this thing had 2 health left. I just want to kill it. We're just going to get rid of it, okay?
Beautiful. Okay. I get a second attack. So here it goes again. That one, I'm assuming, also dies.
Yep. All right. Blam, blam.
And then John moves at twice his normal speed. So he's going to go ahead and rush up and go back-to-back with Orvi and Rejuvia.
That's Jisha there. Rejuvia still...
That's what I meant. I meant Jisha. Yeah.
Rejuvia still in the face of the gigantic curse monster.
If she can't handle herself for one turn, I don't want her anyway. So.
Okay, Jisha, it's your turn. You are entangled by vines, which means your move speed is 0.
I'm not done yet. I have one more attack at disadvantage, which is just
John
that.
could do shit for days.
Yeah, holy moly.
And then I'm going to shoot one of the Blossom Spirits here.
Okay, roll it with disadvantage.
Well, I have my ability on, so it's advantage taken down to yeah.
All right. And you, which one do you want to kill?
The one closest, right here to the upper right.
Okay. Blam, wiped out. Jisha, it's your turn. You are restrained by the vines. One Blossom Spirit. John just like Naruto ran up and then blew one of them away. The 3 of you are gathered. The big boss is up ahead. What do you do?
Oh my god. So Jisha is actually going to take Ken out of his fishbowl for one. So I will go grab him.
Okay.
Yoink. That's the first thing. I'm assuming, does he get to like become full size like on this turn, or?
Yeah, you can summon him out and he'll fight. He's ready to go.
Okay, great. So I summon Ken to my side, and I ask him to slash at the vines on my body.
Nice. Do you have Ken's character sheet open?
I will in 1 second.
Just shift double. Remember, if you shift double click, it'll open him up.
Oh yes, that's right. Okay, I got it.
Excellent. And then he can go ahead and make an attack with his katana.
Ooh.
Yeah, he slices through the vines in one blow, and he still has an attack with his wakizashi, but if he attacks a different target, he has disadvantage on the attack.
Oh.
But still, he can move in. He could flank one of these other hex hoppers, and that would cancel it out.
Yeah, I think he would go ahead and flank behind the back right one
Okay.
by Orvi and go ahead and hit with the Wakizashi.
Yep, that's going to be a flat attack because the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, 11 damage. Would you like to use your reaction to finish it off?
Finish him.
I need that on my board. I don't have
Yeah.
it. I need it.
Finish
Ted will
it.
take out the Wakizashi, kind of swirl it around in his hand a little bit, and like stab it downward into the top of this this blossom's head.
Nice. The hex hopper crumbles into a pile of wood and leaves. Now that was only your spirit guardian, your blossom spirit. What does Jisha want to
True.
do?
Let me see. I was reading something about something else I want Ken to do on a future turn, if there are even any future turns, because of that incredible move that John made. But let's see. We have. I guess am I close enough to use this?
What are you looking to do?
Oh no, my tattoo strike is 5 foot range.
But you can teleport.
Yes, you're right. I'm an anime character. I can teleport.
Mhm.
Okay, so I guess I will go ahead and blink away from this hex hopper
Mhm.
to get into the face, or I guess to the left-hand side of Rejuvia, and then to try to do some force damage into this big dude.
All right, you teleport directly in the face of the most powerful blossom spirit that you've ever seen after being the person who gave everybody the speech about please don't attack the blossom spirits, you need to use things peacefully, and you are ready to open up a can on it. Go ahead.
I was going to say I would also like to have transferred into my Blink Beast form at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to imbue, with DM approval, my tattoo strike with my dynamic power of vegetation.
Ooh, what are you attempting to accomplish here?
Essentially, like, I noticed that I reacted to the bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was standing in the middle of the pit. And so I'm hoping that I have some of that power still stored in me, and I'm trying to like push out into this blossom spirit in case maybe it calms it down or reminds it like why it's here to not hurt us.
All right. So it's a diplomacy punch.
Yeah.
You used one action to summon Ken. Teleporting is not an action. So go ahead and make a tattoo strike.
Oh, dip.
Okay. So again, fun fact, this is an anime character, and Kuroyokai's armor class is 6. Meaning that this is a triple crit. So please roll for damage twice more. Just roll the attack twice more.
Wait, its armor class is a 6?
Yes, its armor class is a 6.
Whoa.
What?
Okay, so with that single strike, you inflict 19, 20, no, 19, 30, 33, 36, 49 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
What?
And because of Kuroyokai's absorption ability, it immediately gains 10 points? No, 20 points it can spend to increase its power.
What?
We're gonna burst it.
As it takes damage, it becomes more powerful.
Oh no.
I'm going to spend 10 of those points to increase its armor class to 16.
Oh.
And then I'm going to
no.
spend 10 more points to give me +5 to hit. 10 more points to give me +5 to hit on all of its attacks.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Oh.
I think we're gonna die.
Can I sense this happening? Because does this
You know
happen
this about this is
immediately?
you know what? I'm just going to give you its character sheet. I'm just going to all about blossom spirits. So you can't control it, but I'm going to let you read its character sheet. So please don't move it or click its stuff, but feel free to double click on it and you can be the ambassador for how screwed the party is.
Okay.
I would have
Great.
shot that if I would have known that we could do super crits on it. Wow. Oh
Okay.
no-y.
Okay.
+1 XP. Jisha, is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and feel free to interject, and you have your combo breaker. You're allowed to talk as a free action, so as anyone else is taking their turn, you can give them useful facts about this monster.
Get up on the
Great.
Hydra's back.
Okay, so it is now Ganyu Sinmal's turn.
Heals 5 health.
Wrong.
Oh.
Heals 8 health.
Oh, yeah, right. Its own has
It had its own regeneration. It just wasn't strong enough to bring it back from the dead. Ganyu Sinmal rises up, ravenously hungry, activates the Spirit Eater Gate, opening the partially destroyed mouth and attempting to devour this blossom spirit.
Can you crit again? That would be lovely.
It's irrelevant. This thing's dead. These little I rolled a natural 1.
John would like to use would like to use an inspiration to not have that happen.
Okay. If this hits, I'm using the original damage result because it was a pretty nice roll.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Okay, burn that inspiration, and Ganyu
Burned
Sinmal uses Spirit Eater Gate. I'm gonna click it again. It's probably gonna. Nope. There we go. He gets
There we go.
a 28 as he devours the Hex Hopper instantaneously. It is just pulled towards the screaming, howling furnace of purple fire, somehow getting dragged through even though the gate is smaller than it is, and it flails its arms around as it... Unfortunately, it only had 12 health, so Ganyu Sinmal only recovers 12 health.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunate.
But he is a horrifying beast of vision. And he has seen Big Chungus. He is going to use his ability to leap with his movement. Just jumps through 20 feet through the air, this armored dude. He leaps towards Kuroyokai. And he opens the Spirit Eater Gate.
Yes. Eat him. Yes.
And rolls a 29, which is a crit.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, he's gonna get so many points from this.
All right, so it does get a Constitution saving throw against this. And because this is a... Does it have... No, it doesn't have that ability. Okay, cool. So, but it does get a con save, DC 20. Which it fails. It immediately takes 103 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Gains...
That's a lot of points.
And it gains 20 points. Also, Ganyu Sinmal heals 103 points of damage.
Yeah, he's back in the fight.
He's like, he's now no longer bloodied. And I'm going to spend those points to increase Kuroyokai's armor class to 21.
21?
Uh-huh.
How are we going to hit that?
And I'm going to buy 3 ranks of extra actions.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh my.
Good God.
This is super
Oh,
cool though,
no.
man. I'm really digging these anime rules for bosses. This is
Right?
awesome.
This is
Dude,
really cool.
the thing is, these aren't special boss rules. These are just anime 5e rules.
No, that's what I mean. This is
Yeah.
sick.
Like the crits and the conversion ability and all that
So
stuff.
cool.
The crits I'm a big fan of. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Pathfinder 2 does it that way. And then Gandhi Symbol is going to use his remaining action to grow. As he grows up to ogre size.
Yeah.
That was a 29. An 11 over was only a critical hit because of the enhanced critical ability. This one is not quite to that point. But Zarzix has enhanced crits, so with an 11, it is a hyper crit.
Oh.
Yeah. The enhanced crit makes it so that at 8 over instead of 10 over, you get a crit. And it does some other things like that.
Dude, I need
Asena,
that.
it's your turn. The big boss monster is not yet bloodied, and it's in the middle of the area. Slakura is by your side, as is Chester. What do you want to do? Also, you can grab Slakura and teleport with him without harming him.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yes.
Also, Chester started eating one of the vines, but only dealt the damage, so, unfortunate.
I'm gonna turn into face my little slime friend. You want to fight that thing? Yeah, you want to help me? Okay, we're gonna go in. I'm gonna move up.
All right. Slakura is holding on to you and like getting distorted in the sheer speed of your movement, like.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay, so
not to be that guy, but Asena's restrained, right?
no,
Asena is restrained.
I thought you got rid of my thingies.
I killed the things, but does that remove the vines?
Yes, it does. It does.
Oh, well, then there we go. Then no. Good.
I can't control Chester, so he's getting left behind, I guess.
I don't think Chester wants to go. As you run in, Chester's like, "Yeah, go. You're free. Totally cool. You have
He's
fun."
just hiding in the vines.
Just waiting for an opportune time to help.
All right, Asena, what do you want to do?
Okay, little guy. Just let's see what you got. I'm gonna throw Slakura on this guy's face to like cover up his eyes and try to.
Okay, so Slakura has +10 on relevant grapple checks because of flexibility.
Yeah.
So roll +6 because roll +6 because -4 strength. No, we'll call this dex. Roll +8.
Okay.
Ooh.
27? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Go Slakura.
I got a 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, little guy. Just trust
Slakura
me.
is now on the creature's eyes, inflicting the blinded condition.
Oh my god.
Okay, so now I'm gonna punch him.
You make these attacks with advantage.
Awesome. Okay. Punch.
However, before you attack,
Yeah.
Jisha knows that as a gigantic freaking tree, Kuroyokai has resistance to bludgeoning damage and piercing damage.
Ooh, yes, that's right.
But you have a whip that slashes things.
You don't have to give me the answers, Matt.
Oh, sorry.
But it also has vulnerability to fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, you're gonna tell me this now that I'm close to him.
Technically, Jisha told you now that.
Technically, I said something.
Jisha,
Technically-
Necra has
A
no
little
response.
slowly.
Necra
Say
did nothing
something,
wrong.
burn something.
John's just shouting, "Get up on the Hydra's back!"
Last time that I used the smart laser, the fire,
Oh.
this close, it did not end well.
No, do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna take out my
Do
shotgun.
it. Do it. No.
Okay.
Oh.
All
I'm
right.
gonna use my shotgun.
You're going to use the shotgun at point blank range?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Woo!
Okay. The shotgun has a special property at point blank range. Are you firing both barrels?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can smell what's happening right now. Like just the gunpowder burning into the wood.
Okay. Scatter. It has a scatter property. It inflicts double damage within 10 feet.
Nice.
And that's
It just-
not
Wow.
using both barrels turns it into an area of effect attack. So just firing one barrel and then you have 2 attacks, so you can fire the second barrel. You want to go ahead and fire
Oh.
the second barrel?
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Make a second attack with advantage because it's blinded. Okay. 23 is still a hit.
Oh, thank God.
I think the double damage is already. That must be why it shows it doubled here because that's already in the
it's-
calculations.
But it's only adding 1d8. I don't think it's proper. And it's adding 1d10. That's weird. I don't know if this is set up properly.
Yeah, I think it's a little weird. Just roll one more time
Okay.
for the crit.
Yeah,
Okay.
It appeared borked.
So we're gonna do 19
weird.
plus 19 is 38 plus no force damage because you don't deal force damage with the shotgun. 38 plus 15 is 45, 55 plus 18 is 65, 73 plus 7 is 70 plus 18 is 88 divided by 2 because it has resistance to piercing damage is 44 points of damage.
Nice.
And you've emptied both, like blam blam, you fired both barrels of the gun. Well
Yeah.
done. You can use a bonus action to make one unarmed attack if you want. It'll have resistance, but you still can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless you got something else in mind.
Or you could dodge. Dodging is good too.
That costs a focus
I
point.
thought I dodge as a reaction.
You can catch bullets as a reaction. You can spend a focus point to dodge, which will inflict disadvantage on anyone who tries to attack you.
Oh, right.
But it's already blinded, so there's that. Well,
Yeah.
it's blinded for now. Who knows if it's going to stay blinded?
Well, I'm wondering if Slakura should come back.
Do you want to recall Sakura?
Yeah, like, yeah, and then maybe we like dash away
You could do that.
because I don't
So-
want it to be.
Splat on the eyes. Blam, blam. Okay, recall.
Yeah.
Get out of here!
Yeah, exactly. Let's get back to safety, my little squishy boy.
All right. Oh, I didn't know it did that. Big old Streamloots ad right in the middle.
Oh,
I'll have to turn that off later. All right. So, well done, Asena. I get 8 more points.
Smile.
I mean, this is just what we're gonna have to deal with, right? Like,
Mhm. Okay. It is now Kurayokai's turn.
Uh-oh.
Great.
I am going to spend my points.
Kuroyokai. That sounds like Kuroyuri, but different.
I am going to
It
spend
is.
my points on
Hmm.
It is.
my Hurl Hexhopper ability.
Oh.
And I can
What?
take 6 actions because I've spent them. So
Oh crap.
I'm going to use Hurl Hexhopper twice. As this thing just reaches into itself and pulls out a fully intact Hexhopper,
Ooh.
and it throws the first 2 at Asena. Actually, no. I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to do that yet because that's gonna mess up my combo. Instead, I am going to use Pedal Dive. Kuryokai leaps up into the air, spinning rapidly as chocolate lily blossoms fall from it into a miasmic cloud. When it's barely visible, it drills back down into the ground directly in the middle of this cluster right here.
Mm.
Oh, good.
Blam! Everybody within 20 feet needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con.
Con.
Ooh,
That's
Oh.
not great.
I don't like that. I'm not a
This is a
huge
poison effect.
fan of that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it spreads a massive cloud of poisonous blossoms. The save DC is 21.
Oh my god.
Holy jeez.
I mean, you were gonna kill this thing without it actually getting to do something, right?
No.
Rejuvia saves. Orvi, I need a save for Zarzix. Pods, you're actually out of.
Oh, true.
You're actually out of range.
What?
Yeah, 20 feet.
That's a good thing. That's a good
Oh,
thing.
20
that was
feet.
30.
Oh, that's 2 minus 1.
No,
on
it
that
wasn't
one.
good because I got a 26. Okay.
And I need
Can
a
I
save.
have it? Can you sympathetically give that to me instead?
Nope. And I need a save from Ken as well,
Yes,
please.
that's right. Just trying to click his icon without
Ooh,
touching.
that is a natural
Kuroyuri.
one. Pedal dive.
Oh boy.
26 points of poison damage.
Jeez.
All of you failed your saves. All of you take
Hold
that
on, I need
poison
to make
damage.
I need to make a save. I was just figuring out if I could do anything to
Oh
help
wow.
myself.
God, I'm so excited I saved Slakura.
Oh, natural 20. Yeah, I'm fine.
Also, how many of you have curse counters? I believe that
I have 2.
Oh.
Orvi has 2
I
and
have-
Jisha has 2, right?
I have 2.
You're out of range.
No, I have one. I have one
Okay.
because
So-
the first one missed.
All right. You are now
Who else?
infected.
Oh.
You will inflict 1d8 necrotic damage on yourself and any allies within 5 feet of you at the start of your turn.
Oh,
1d8 per curse counter that was on you.
Wait, what?
At the start of your turn, you are now infected with poisonous blossoms. So
Okay.
you and all your allies within 5 feet of you take 1d8 damage at the start of each of your turns. Orvi does 2d8.
does that dispel the curse counters now? Are they
Yes,
used?
those curse counters are gone. They've been
Okay.
used. Zarzix failed the save and I think is down.
Huh?
Yeah.
No.
He's only got 7 HP.
Mm-hmm.
I can't change that though.
Zarzix is critically injured and down. Also, he wipes out his own hex hoppers.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, they're completely wiped out. That was his first action. He has 6 left. No, he has 5 left.
Oh, good.
And none of you have any curse counters left in the area, so we are going to do claw attacks for everybody. First attacking Jisha.
Oh boy. Okay.
A 20 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah. that
Okay.
hits.
You take 22 points of slashing damage. Claw attack on Rejuvia. That is a critical hit? Might be a critical hit. That is not a critical hit because she's wearing Tech Knight armor. So 20 points of slashing damage. That's my third action. Claw attack against John Carmichael.
Do it.
That's my fourth action. A 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Take 19 slashing damage, but you have no curse counters, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I have 2 actions remaining. He's going to spend all of them to throw hex hoppers at Asena. So here's the first attack. This is and each attack goes twice. So that is an 18 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay, technically a hex hopper, this right now is a projectile.
I was going to ask, does that count as a missile?
Yes.
You can use a
Okay.
reaction and burn a focus point to try to catch the hex hopper to prevent the damage.
That's so cool.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, Asena's gonna see this thing flying at her and try
Yes.
to
No,
hold out her arms
you.
and stop it. Okay, that's this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 16. You absolutely catch it and you can hurl it right back. If you want to. Otherwise, you're now holding a hex hopper.
Ooh.
I kept the receipt, bitch.
Turn to sender.
What would you like to do?
Gosh. I'm holding it like I'm like,
Like you've caught it.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang on to him.
Okay. The hex hopper starts out grappled.
That's
Nice.
great.
and it's just like at your face. But because I upgraded with all the points he got, it's going to throw another one. It gets to throw 2 at you with 1 attack.
Oh my.
The second one hits you for 10 points of damage and have another Hex Hopper. And it does it twice more with its last action. A 30 to hit, not a natural 20, and a 19 to hit. So take an additional 24 points of bludgeoning damage and have 2 more Hex Hoppers. There are now 4 of them surrounding you. And my legendary actions are
like me.
online.
Oh, good.
That is it for Kuroyokai. Hana is incapacitated. Orvi, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Zarzik's got a healing boost in chat. Is that active?
Yes, go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2 and you can immediately heal Zarzix. Matt, can you clear that for me?
Yep.
Awesome, thank you. Hey, full health.
Nice.
Boing. Also, you are double cursed, so you and everyone around you takes 2d8 necrotic damage.
Yeah, I thought it expunged the curses when he
Double
took
curse.
damage.
No, it converted the curse counters into the infection.
All right, so
It's-
overall I take 1 point of damage because I had 2 regeneration.
Yes, and Zarzix takes 3 damage. John, you take 3 necrotic damage. Ken takes 3 necrotic damage.
This happens at the beginning, right?
Yeah, he
Wow.
starts his turn and it goes off.
So then we wouldn't damage Zarzix because Zarzix would get healed afterwards, right?
No, because Zarzix got healed, so Zarzix doesn't get a failed death save.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So Zarzix immediately loses the hit points instead of failing a death save.
I see. And there's no way to stop this damage, right?
It's a curse. It is a curse effect.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm used to it. Zarzix, John. Zarzix is going to attempt to put this critical strike effect upon John.
Okay.
Because I'm shit at combat.
Okay. Roll a Constitution check, Zarzix.
I might have to use my inspiration here. We'll see. Yeah, let's use the inspiration here. I think. Orvi is not spec for combat.
It's just the fact that he just got dinked. That's all it is. He's very distracted from getting farmed,
Oh no.
Zarzix is gonna.
but he still has the power and he can still keep trying to pass it. Go ahead.
Zarzix just gonna leave in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Try and get some distance. Orvi is going to use.
Kuroyokai will use a reaction.
Oh shit! Zarzix just gonna get fucking shit beaten out of him.
Kuroyokai uses his reaction.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
Is there anything anyone can do? Because this instantly kills Zarzix.
Coin. Stop the count.
What?
What?
Combo breaker.
Combo breaker. There you go. Is this? Are we on a rally? What's going on?
Oh man, it is a day for dice today.
It's the final countdown.
Okay.
Oh
Jisha.
my god.
Okay. As your not even using your reaction. I think the card says you get your reaction. Screw it. Roll an attack against this thing.
Okay. Me?
Yes, this is you're using a combo breaker attack, which interrupts its
Okay.
attack and cancels it.
Okay, so I do. So how do I roll the attack?
Tattoo strike
Okay.
with advantage because you're flanking this thing.
Oh heck yeah. Okay.
Sorry, John. I wanted to give you critical strike, but the dice say no.
I know that was so
All right,
sweet of
you save Zarzix from getting absolutely pounded into Blossom Spirit mulch, and you hit Kuroyokai for 14 force damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
So in
Take
character
it.
for Jisha.
Right?
Save for
Nicely
blossoms.
done. Nicely done. That combo breaker Streamloot's card put to good use, and Zarzix is out of here. And I don't remember how the card works, but I'm going to say it doesn't use your reaction because it's a special. All right, Orvi, it's still your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try and use the first Oniyuri gold of 3 to break these vines.
Okay, roll 3 attacks against the vines.
I only
the
want to use
first
the
one.
first one and see if it breaks it.
And there's 10
It
hit
does
points
not
on
break
this.
it.
So, boink.
Oh my god, Orvi is shit at this. No.
Yay! There it is.
Hey!
Oh god, what low rolls? That's so sad. Hey, there it is!
Where were you 2 rolls
target.
ago?
Fucking. The vines are broken. Orvi is creating distance because I don't have any extra actions or anything else.
Okay.
So just going over here. This is not in necrotic area damage, yeah?
Correct. They have to be adjacent to you.
Okay, cool. In which case, spacing has been made.
Except that I'm going to spend the 2 points that I just got from getting hit by that combo breaker to expand the area of effect of that ability to 10 feet.
Oh, in which case I'll probably move here.
Yeah.
We'll just try and get some good spacing here, boys. Raid time, raid time.
But he does deal 17 points of damage, which is very nice.
to the
To the
vines.
vines!
Oh, I thought it was to the.
The vines had 10 hit points. He rolled a 2, a 1, and then a crit.
Oh my god!
Yes.
No way!
Wow.
It was a
Wait, you wouldn't-
tragedy.
You wouldn't let him use his reaction to finish it? He did 3 points of damage.
It had 10 health.
I thought it said 5. Each vine has
No.
5 points of
Yeah,
damage.
Yeah,
it
and he got
said
hit
5.
twice. So it had.
They
Oh.
restrained me twice.
Wait, did you get hit
Ah.
once or did you get hit twice?
I got hit twice.
Then
That's why I
yeah,
had
you had
2
10
deaths.
health. So
Oh, wait,
They had
but
some
didn't you say
reinforced
when
vines.
they died, their vines went away? That's what you said for Asena.
yeah, I did say that, and they
So
got
yeah,
mauled.
he vines at all.
Say
So
that.
you can take that whole turn back, my friend.
Oh, in which
Or deal
case,
18 damage to the boss. You know.
Run it
whatever.
back.
okay. If Orvi isn't restrained, then instead, I'm gonna go over here and use fire breath.
There
on
we
these
go.
three in a line.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that ability specifically hits 3 targets.
Yeah.
And these poor creatures, I believe, have vulnerability to fire.
Yes.
Come here, Hex.
Come on, dice. Don't fuck me here.
Mate, 2d6 divided by 4? What the heck? Kind
That's
of a number
burn
is-
damage. They stay on fire for 1 more round.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Wow.
All right. Dex saves. Customer number 1, success. Customer number 2, failure. Customer number 3, also failure. 2 of them, you deal double damage because they're vulnerable and they just immediately go up in smoke. And the last one only takes half damage, but then it's vulnerable, so it takes full damage, so it takes 6 points of damage, and it is not on fire. I was hoping you were going to use that. It's a great ability for this fight.
Hey,
All
mate.
right. That is everything I can do.
One last thing. Chat gave you a treasure, and Orvi has My Place, which is his extra dimensional pocket, and he has the wealth characteristic, which means that if it costs 3,000 gold or less, he can have access to it.
Oh, snap.
So,
The My Place is an action mode, yeah?
yes, but what I'm saying is, because chat just gave you that treasure, if you want to get creative with the contents of that space on your next turn and just say you happen to have
Mm-hmm.
expensive thing that's reasonable to have in this world, you can have it.
Okay.
Cool.
Such as an unholy amount of lamp oil.
Oh,
All right, that is it for our boy Orvi. It is Rejuvia's turn. Rejuvia is no longer incapacitated. And she is going to power up her tech armor. And a gigantic sword pops out of the wrist of the right hand, and a pulse cannon pops out of the left.
huh.
Seeing that this thing just used its reaction. Oh, I'm sorry. It has legendary actions.
Oh, good.
What do you mean?
I'm going to use Harden.
Fucking Metapod.
Until the end of its next attacker's turn, it gets plus 10 armor class. So against all of Rejuvia's attacks, it has an armor class of 31.
Wow.
Okay.
Rejuvia is going to fire up her tech armor and fly to the very top of the chamber, level her pulse cannon out at it, and take 5 shots with the multiple actions ability. And she doesn't have any specials to hit, so we're just going to hope for the best. If this, and these do fire damage, so if it hadn't just used Harden, she would probably melt it into nothingness.
Wow.
1. Miss. Miss.
There we go.
Ooh, that'll
There
do.
we go.
That's a hit.
Holy God.
She only scores 1 hit,
However,
but that hit is worth, what is that? 66 points of damage?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I will take my 11 points.
Right.
And I will put them all into my portal ability to buy 2 more ranks of portal
ooh,
to give it the targeted and duration modifications.
oh my.
That is
Is
the
that 'cause
end
it
of.
was fire?
What was that?
Is that because it was fire?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Fire deals double damage. Rejuvia's turn is over. Slakura doesn't get Slakura's own turn. It is now Hexhopper time. I have this Hexhopper's completely smashed. Done. I have 2 Hexhoppers. This whole fight was supposed to have scads of the thing because there was going to be like an opening salvo where he's just like, I start by deploying all my guy, but I got a 1 for my initiative, so I couldn't do. And then like as soon as I get in, I get my legendary actions, but it don't
You
always
lose.
be like that.
You can deploy 12 just by using all 6 of your actions on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the pedal dive is effective.
It's true.
All right. So my Hex Hoppers are going to flank Asena and just try to attack her. Attacking with advantage. Whiplash. A 24 to hit. You take 10 points of slashing damage and you have 1 curse counter and you are restrained. The other one.
These things hurt.
Another 24 damage. Take another 24 to hit. Take 6 damage. You have 2 curse counters and you're restrained. Actually, you have like 4 on you now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where I'm landing next.
Oh god.
There's not going to be a next, my dude, unless you've got some plans.
I have some plans.
minus 10, minus
Okay.
6.
I use my legendary action. Curse Eater.
Uh-oh.
Asena, roll. Oh! My job here is done. Remove 1 character from the scene / plot line until dramatically appropriate to return. Well, sorry, Rejuvia. Your job here is done.
What?
The Tuxedo Mask card has been played.
What?
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Rejuvia is out of the fight and can no longer help you.
Wow.
Oh boy. Okay.
But
Wait,
unlike-
I'm confused. I thought
Get
she was
left with a
against
useless
us.
girl.
Rejuvia?
I thought she was against us, but now then she was helping us, and now she's gone.
Rejuvia was just stuck inside. She wanted to tell you her side of the story. Then you let her out so she could tell her side of the story, which activated Kuroyuri family's trap card.
Is that what it
Holy
was? Was
Kuroyuris.
it trap?
It was the curse. Anyone who helps the steel gets cut off from the Blossom Spirits. And she chose to release the steel's champion. And so the curse, it was powerful enough to affect Hana.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
That makes more sense.
Anyways, I'm using Curse Eater. Asena, roll a Constitution saving throw at -4 penalty, please. Just roll it, and I'll do the math in post.
Okay.
Oh my.
10, magnificent. Okay, I need you to roll 4 of your hit dice, please.
Oh god.
Oh. Oh no. It's gonna heal off of your own hit die, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
So click your hit dice on your character sheet. Do it 4
Oh, I'm
times.
just I guess I can click it, can't I?
Yeah, you just click the words. That'll work.
Oh,
Always
not the
roll
crits.
really good here.
Great. So, Kuroyokai heals 12 plus 11 is 23, 32 damage. You lose 4 hit dice and you take 32 damage.
Oh no! Ow!
Oh.
And all your curse counters are gone.
Oh, well, that's good.
Mate, this is a really cool boss.
This
Thank
is so
you.
cool.
Thank you. I tried. I put in some effort on this one. This is why I was feeling good about this adventure.
Yeah, this
I love this.
big boy.
Okay, John, it's your turn.
Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, I don't think you rolled everybody aside from Ganyu Symbol to get Dragon Fear, and there's a big guy here who should be afraid of me, I think. Can you roll his save, please?
Yes. I really should have given him Mind Shield with all those points I was getting. That would have been convenient.
It would have been.
Asena, you get 2d4 plus 2 healing.
Okay, he's saved.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. These guys weren't here, so that's totally cool. All right, here we go. I'm gonna roll a wisdom save because he attacked me, and I need to see if I go into my Bridal Fury. Nope, I'm good. All right. I don't think there's any other option here other than to just gank this thing. So is this thing? No. Oh, by the way, mate, when does Krontaka have a sense that this thing counts as Fey or no?
It's Fey adjacent, but just not quite enough to count.
Not quite enough. It's unpleasant, but not like
right. It's like an elf. You don't get a bonus against elves, but they have Fey ancestry.
No. Good call. Okay, you know what I do though. You know what I do get. I go into my own Celtic Rage by activating
Celtic Rage
Warp Spasm, and John contorts and gets unnaturally fast as he expends all of the rest of the rounds on his gun, just going crazy on this thing. John, with his double speed, is going to run up on top of this thing, jumping into its face. He's going to
give me acrobatics for the coolness.
Yep, acrobatics for the coolness. I think it's rolling. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 27. John just scrambles up to the front of this thing, holding on to one of the branch-like horns on its face, takes his gun and just screams into it and just unloads the revolver as he gives himself over to his anger.
Roll it.
And as he is scampering up, John's going to use his bonus action before shooting. Is that what this? I don't use this very often. What is this? Yep, bonus action. He's going to put Tiamat's Curse on this thing.
Ooh, Warlock power. Okay, what does that do?
Yeah, he will crit on a 19 or 20, and he gains a bonus to damage rolls equal to his proficiency.
Okay.
So let me add Tiamat's Curse. Let me add Warp Spasm. And here we go. Krontaka the first.
Ooh.
On a natural 20. It doesn't have a 31 anymore, right? It's back down to a 21. So this is a double crit, right?
You can, so on a net, you can't stack a natural 20 with an over crit as well. So a natural 20, you get the crit. And you exceed it by 21, that would just be a normal crit. So no, not in this case.
Oh, okay. So I get it. Whether
there's like two columns, right? And whichever one is higher is what you get.
I understand. Okay, but it can't get any higher than this. So
right.
That actually, yes, it can.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, because technically it has a 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then that means it would need to be what?
36.
36?
Because you need to beat it by 5 more.
Oh, okay. So I would need to get a 5. I would need to roll a 5.
No, you need to get a 1. You need to increase this by 1, dude.
Hey, guess what, buddy?
Deduction dice
I can roll, and I get a plus 8. So there you go.
There's a 43 hit.
Shut up. That's my line.
That would now be another crit, right?
Yes. Just roll damage again.
I'll roll damage again.
I'll just roll it in. Oh, this thing has piercing resistance, by the way.
That's fine. But does it have psychic resistance?
No.
I didn't think so.
But I'm not doing this math. You have to do the math.
I'm going to do the math. Please go ahead and make 2 wisdom saves for me against the psychic damage. It saves the first one, and and then there we go. Blah 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 blah. Cool.
Jisha, you're up next, by the way.
And then
I'm ready.
I'm just gonna roll them all first, mate. We'll see what hits, and then I'll tell you. All right, that hits. That's a single crit, right?
Correct. That is a crit.
Okay.
Wisdom save,
good.
27.
And this one's just a normal attack. And let's see what happened. Another natural 20. I'm going to go ahead and roll another deduction dice to make sure that I double crit that one. So here's one more.
God.
And okay, so you failed one of the wisdom saves, and the other ones were successful. So you can just move on from me. I'll tell you what happens in a second.
Huh.
Do you have a ballpark figure yet, Matt?
Well, I have to do resistance to all the piercing damage. So just give me a second. Let me ask you this: is it less than 70? Because I know I did at least 70.
It is not less than 70.
Then you're probably still good. We can go move on. I'll tell you what is happening as I
do the math. Jisha, John runs up on this thing, contorted like with all this magic, and he just sticks his gun in its face and shoots. And the math isn't out yet, but it's got like 3 health left. So,
hey, question. Sorry.
What?
Lustish would use its Inspire ability to give everyone a +5. Would a +5 increase the crit chance of any of this stuff? Because if so, it's dead.
Okay, so John walks up and everyone's infused with the power of love from his shadow, and he just sticks his gun inside of this thing's eye socket and pulls the trigger and like fans the hammer on his brass revolver, and splinters and dirt and earth just goes everywhere, and it collapses back towards you, Jisha. It's lying on the ground and it's dying. It is absolutely dying.
Wow. Okay.
And it's still it's your turn. You can see the life. You can see the life fading from its eyes. At the end of your turn, it will be dead.
Okay. I want to take this time to talk to it.
Okay.
It didn't have to be this way. Why did you decide to attack us? Why did the Kuroyuri send you?
Zanami.
Zanami Kuroyuri sent you.
Zanami.
Oh. Wait. Okay.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Behind you, Jisha, you can hear the enormous metal footsteps of Ganyu Sinmal approaching the dead Blossom Spirit. What do you do?
I am going to blink over to like some higher ground, so like maybe over here, and just kind of watch what happens.
Okay. Anything else from Jisha?
I will gesture to Ken to back up.
All right. Ken backs up. Ganyu Sinmal approaches the dead Kuroyu yokai, glances down at it, turns away angrily, and just absolutely slurps down these remaining 2. Now, if they succeed on their save, nothing happens to them. It's save and completely negate. It's not even save for half. So let's see if they can make...
I have one of them in my arms, don't I?
You are holding one of them. It is going to try to eat it right out of... It opens its Spirit Eater gate and it starts to drag it in. What do you do?
And just like lob it in there.
Yeah, you can just lob it in there. Okay, so that one gets slurped down, and Ganyu Sinbal heals another 12 health. Also, he heals another 8 health because he's got the absorbed regeneration. And then the other one, I'm going to give it a saving throw. We'll give it a save. Yeah,
And
no.
I'm like holding Slakura now, like not this one.
Ganyu Sinbal eats
Slakura friend, not food.
other one for 12 points of damage. Stares at Slakura, clearly hungry. And then turns with the creak of metal towards John. And lumbers towards the center of the room. The battle is over.
Do our poison curses go away?
Yes, as Kuro Yokai is destroyed, the curses are removed.
Cool.
Ooh.
And some of us regenerate at like 2 hit points every 6 seconds, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Can Slak
Cool.
heal me?
Yes, Slakura can heal you. Go ahead and use that power. I think Slakura can heal everybody in the party once per dramatic scene.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
So
Can
sounds-
Alex try and give me that crit ability before before it goes away, or is it gone now?
How long does it last?
Until the rest of a dramatic scene.
Oh,
I don't know what that, if that's like a fight.
It's until
Can
the scene
I-
is over. Go ahead.
also use because I believe these would be like abilities or something.
Mhm.
I want Ken to use inspire, giving an inspirational speech that they have made it the victory.
Okay. Ken, the koi fish headed samurai wearing splendid shimmering fish scale armor. It's just like him, but turns into armor. Talks to everybody about how these enemies, honorable though they are, defenders of nature, must be quelled for the greater glory, and that by uniting, blah, 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 he goes on. What does that give everybody for his inspiring speech?
It says that on a successful DC 15 charisma check, every ally who shares Ken's goals gains +1 on ability checks.
Okay, go ahead and roll a charisma check. Just click on his charisma score. That's Zarzix. Zarzix is just like,
Oh.
He technically gets a 7, but he gets a +5 from.
That's true, you
Zarzix
get
is
the +5.
minus on all stats.
natural 1. Zarzix is perched on Orvi's shoulder, and Zarzix's cheeks are just puffed up, and he's turning red, just like.
So funny. Oh man.
Mate, by the way, just for those of us who care, John dealt 185 points of damage. The
Holy.
piercing damage was reduced by half, so it was a total of 107 psychic and piercing damage.
You could have
I gotta get
almost
myself a John
one-shot that
Carmichael.
thing.
Not
They had
even
like
close.
300 health. They
Yeah,
had
not
like
even
300 health.
close. No.
Okay, well, you know what? I closed the character sheet, so I can't see how much it has anymore.
Honestly, the real tragedy of all this is that I should have buffed the crap out of Orvi, because
I
all
have
of
one
you,
attack and that's it.
because the thing is, Orvi was designed to be an NPC, whereas I should have given you an extra 30 points to spend, like I gave to Necra.
Yeah.
So
But
that was
now, Leg Day gets to level up the next time we play with him.
yes,
True.
that's true.
Come back
That's
with
true.
buffed Orvi.
This is Orvi's massive power up arc.
Using Anime 5th Edition special rule.
Yeah.
The read. Okay, but the battle is over, but the curse remains. The environment has not changed. Hana is still reduced back to her mortal form. Very young, like a young adult. Rejuvia, similar, and now returns because the dramatic scene, the combat is over. So after getting yeeted from the scene, is now back.
You see Slakura like jumping around to everyone. So he healed Jisha for 16,
Oh, thank you.
and then Zarzix for 17.
Yay! Back to the full 7.
Yeah, Lostish is going to go around and just start hovering over people, and as long as they need it, he's going to be regenerating people until they're fully healed.
Mm-hmm.
It's slow. It's 5 hit points every turn, so it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you
Sinmol,
were like before the bloom, Hana?
she is trembling. And you know that thing anime characters do where they're staring at the ground and their eyes are huge and their pupils are tiny and there's motion lines all around them and you get the dramatic lighting? That.
Yeah.
Mate, John is going to summon Ganya Symbol to stand here in the center of the room, where, if necessary, that shield could probably be reactivated if we need it to be. I can't hear you, mate.
+1 XP. Rejuvia flies down from the ceiling with her basically Iron Man armor.
Oh, look who's back.
Something got in the jets. They just sort of fired off. I got rocketed into the ceiling and stuck there for a while. You know, I haven't used this stuff for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
happens.
thought you were the #1 champion.
Yeah, no kidding. Is it for sale? I don't mind if it's broken.
All right, Rejuvia looks around at all of you since Hana is in shock. Roll insight checks, please. 22. She is looking at Hana with a mixture of rage, sorrow, and pity.
Orvi takes a step back from between the pair of them.
That weapon, she points over at John and at Asena, who has a shotgun. Where are you from? Off-world?
Yeah.
Okay. What world?
Terra. Jord.
Okay. I don't know this. How long has it been?
We're outside of your system. It's been 100 years.
Okay. Okay.
You're native to Hana, or whatever it was called beforehand.
She named the place after herself?
Yeah. In their defense, it might not have been their fault. I'm not sure.
I could see that. Yes, I was one of the Praetorian strike force. I was assigned with the rest of our top research team to. Oh my God!
Try to simplify it.
Okay.
Pretend that we know nothing, and just use basic concepts.
Okay. Our world was dying. We acted too late. Our societies were not able to move at the right speed. There were too many barriers. There were too many recalcitrants. The climate change process, it was a runaway event. We couldn't stop it. I was researching ways to off-world solutions to stop the acceleration. So was Hana. She found one. I didn't approve of it. She did it anyways.
Was there ever another option?
Terraforming, nano restoration, planetary evacuation, shelter domes.
What?
Yes,
These
there
are
were
all
options.
very big words.
There were options. They were all going to be hard, but they were worth doing, and we could have saved those who were still alive.
But how long would that have taken? Kind of sounded like the bloom was immediately effective.
Yes. It killed, here, at least, hundreds of thousands.
John's teeth grind and his fist clenches.
It was a cataclysmic explosion, a tsunami of vines and plant growth. It destroyed all of our infrastructure. It wasn't like the vines were trying to kill us. They just suddenly were here where they hadn't been before, and it was calamitous.
But what you were doing wasn't any better either. We've been told our entire lives that the steel has been the problem. You were the problem. You caused the climate change.
I didn't cause. My ancestors caused it. I just inherited the world that they built. All of us did. None of those people deserved what happened to them. This was set in motion generations ago by people who were unwilling to do anything to stop it. And we just were left holding the bag.
But why were you still here now? Looking over at Hana to kind of see if she wants to respond to why 100 years later society has been left to live the way that it has.
Hana still isn't responding. She's like clutching at the vines, which are still this Kuroyuri brown red color. And the fact, Asena and Jisha, you're both tuned into the natural world. You can tell how cut off, how isolated she is. She went from having the strongest connection to almost the entire planet's ecosystem to being completely separated. It's like if you cut off her head and she's now a head in a jar. That's what it feels like to her.
Miss Rejuvia? Did the words Kuroyuri mean anything to you?
No.
I think you mean something to them.
Yeah.
She was my friend.
Kuroyuri was your friend?
She was. She points over at Hana.
While this is happening, John stomps across the vines, leaving the center of the space and moving right up to Hana. John has been clenching his fists so tight that there is blood dripping out from the hand where his nails have punctured into the inside of his palm. And he takes those bloody hands and he grabs Hana by the front of whatever she's wearing, whatever vestments she has. And he pushes her up against the vines, lifting her up before him. You sacrificed an entire world. You don't get to rest now. No, you have to answer for what you've done. And summoning all his strength, John is going to drag her across the room into the center and is going to thrust her up right in front of Gon Yusinbul.
I think Jisha would try to step in and stop this though, like as it's happening, as like John is trying to drag
Mid-room, perhaps?
Yeah, like mid-room, I think like thereabouts, kind of just like blink in and say, hey, hold on a second, like trying to push herself in between like the two, taking John's hands off of Hana. Look, you aren't even from here. You aren't allowed or should.
I'm not allowed? I'm a
not
human.
Supposed to be here.
These were people.
I
It doesn't
understand.
matter if I'm not from here.
Okay, but you aren't supposed to be casting judgment for the entire world when you don't speak for our world. You don't know what it was like to live here. Maybe
Jisha,
you had.
You don't know what it was like to live here.
Yeah, okay,
You have
maybe
only-
I don't. So I'm still trying to figure it out, but it doesn't fall on me and it doesn't fall on you to make the decision that the whole entirety of my world that you are in right now should make. It's not your call. Everybody should be able to ask the questions that they need to ask because I'm confused. The entirety of the perception that I had about the steel, the bloom, has been completely flipped on top of its head. If you just sacrifice her to whatever.
I'm not going to sacrifice her. Jisha, let me explain. I apologize. I should have been more clear. I'm not going to sacrifice her. I am not from this world. I understand that. But I'm a living, breathing person, and many living, breathing people died here 100 years ago. I'm not here to make judgments and to try to change your world, but I won't stand by, no matter where I go, and allow the deaths of possibly millions to go unanswered. And answered it shall. I don't intend to feed her to that thing. What I do intend to do is to shake her out of her stupor, because she deserves, nay, needs to give answers to you, to Orvi, to Rejuvia, and every single person of this hypocritically named Hana. She needs to answer for what she's done, and she doesn't get a chance to take a nap.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Apologize. I'm just a little on edge because
I understand.
everything is so confusing.
You've been through so much. Trust me, I know what it's like to show up to a place and change the rules. And everywhere that I've been, I have always meddled with it and ruined it in some way, trying to make it better. I don't intend to do that now. I am not trying to make this a story about a wanderer who comes in and changes your world. I'm only trying to empower you to find out where you actually came from, what truly happened here, so you can understand that and move forward.
Okay.
And John lets go of Hana and he steps back.
Jisha will also move aside.
Right. She is left alone once again. And when she speaks, it's no longer with the echoing voice of the entire planet, just with her own lungs, her own mouth that she hasn't used for 100 years. What have they done to me? Nerjuvia says, what did you do to them? There's a silence that passes over the room. Hana tries to parse everything that has happened and everything that is being asked of her.
Jisha is just like silently looking from person to person, like, I don't know what to do.
I guess Orvi's like finished burning through the corpse and just stares back at them again.
Mm-hmm. Right. She is so much smaller now, sort of collapsing under all this pressure, under all this focus. What do you want? What do you want from me? I did what I had to do to save every generation to come. Sins of our entire civilization were not going to be washed away for free. And it's done now. It's done. Can't be undone. So what do you want?
John spits on the floor and moves away. This isn't his place, and he stands next to Asena.
Hey.
But he looks at both Orvi and Jisha with a soul-piercing stare. He's not a wizard anymore, but if he could, he would be staring directly into their souls, demanding action.
You know, to take it a little aback, Jisha would like kind of get the drift, I think, this time around. And so she would definitely, I guess, like start to step up and go, okay, look, we're not getting anywhere, and this is why we're here, right? You said that you would talk to each other, talk to us. Speak. Hana, you have some questions that you should really be answering right now. Like, why did you decide to unleash the bloom when it sounds like nobody was backing you up to do that?
Because nobody was backing me up to do it. Centuries of failed action told me everything I needed to know. We as a people were too selfish to ever make the right choices. And if we'd made the right choices a long time ago, then what I did wouldn't have been the right choice in the first place. It never should have come to that. It never should have happened. But while she was studying genetic engineering and nanotechnology and climate science, I reached out to the astral. I sent my mind beyond this place. I wandered beyond the weave of worlds and the 5 worlds that we call together. And I found Goltharius.
Goltharius?
Yes. He had traveled everywhere. He had knowledge of everything. The bloom was never a part of these 5 worlds, but I learned of it from Goltharius' refuge of knowledge. And I decided that if nobody else was going to unite to do what had to be done, rather than waiting for us all to starve to death on a poisoned planet. Is that a natural 20? What is that natural 20 on? What is that?
Do I know what Goltharius is? Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't want to cut you off.
Well, you shouldn't, Matt.
I was going to wait till you were
20.
done. I was going to wait till you were done. I just didn't want to forget.
And if you hadn't rolled a natural 20, I'd still be going. But here we are, Matt. God, this is such a plot hole.
We can later this. John can just keep his trap shut and you can fill me in later on.
Okay, Goltharius was a silver dragon mentioned in an extremely obscure text that wandered the universe hoarding knowledge instead of treasure until it came in contact with an extra-dimensional being, something from beyond the multiverse. And you shouldn't know any of this.
Like as in like a outer god? An elder god?
No definition.
Oh, as in like a Cthulhu.
No classification whatsoever. An
Really?
extra dimensional being that
Sounds
wanted
like Cthulhu.
to experience everything reality had to offer.
And it bonded with this silver dragon Goltharius, and it created the bloom.
No, it bonded with this silver dragon, which now became Goltharius.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. And at some point, Asena got one of its teeth and came back to life.
Ah, okay. So the time dragon, the astral dragon, is Goltharius.
The great dragon of wisdom is called Goltharius, and it was a silver dragon, and it
Took
bonded
you a
with an
second
extra
to get
dimension.
I was like, oh no.
I had thought this was the flood. I misheard.
No, no, you just natural 20 to Asena's backstory.
Yep. Well,
Anyways.
see, before it didn't make sense. That's why I didn't realize. But now, like, oh, that name. Yeah, there's a lot of dragons out there. Sorry.
That was an obscure name you'd never connect. Anyways, back over here. She astral projected herself. She found Goltharius' refuge of knowledge, where he collects the information he gathers from across all the realities he has traveled through. In there, while astrally projecting herself to that place, that is where Hana discovered the knowledge of the bloom. And she was both a scientist and a mystic. She knew that a world of unparalleled, like a dimension, an entire universe of plant spirits would be able to process the poisons, render the carbon out of the air, and terraform the planet in a way that would save it from runaway. The ice caps were melting. They were releasing methane. It was an unsustainable. It was way worse. Way worse. Like, the habitable land on the planet was getting smaller and smaller and smaller with every passing year. So rather than wait for that irreversible, as far as she was concerned, process, she found a magic button and she pressed it. And that's why the bloom exists. And when the bloom arrived, it killed hundreds of thousands. But
So I guess
Go ahead.
I guess from this position, Jisha would like basically want to know like the following things before proceeding. Did Hana know that she was going to kill as many people as she did by pressing that button?
Yes.
And she did know. Oh, I don't think I need to follow up.
Okay,
Yeah.
color me maybe a bit uninformed here, but why not just work with Rejuvia to make sure people were safe when you let the bloom in?
Because they weren't There was no cooperation. The only remaining government that ruled that city was completely ineffectual. Everything had broken down. At most, Rejuvia could have gathered a handful. And there were survivors. There were plenty of survivors. Their descendants are the tribes, the villages that now exist.
5 villages from an entire world.
Oh, there's a lot more than 5. You just don't have the list of all of them. But yeah, the population is very, very small now.
It's tiny. Because I imagine that when Jisha heard that it was hundreds of thousands, that was an astronomically large number to her because she doesn't think that there's more than a few thousand probably like in the world itself or something like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. I guess from Rejuvia, I think. Okay, follow-up question is still important. Did Rejuvia know that, or how confident was Rejuvia that she would get support and that these technologies or whatever innovative things would work?
The technology, if it worked, was going to take hundreds of years. The plan was to gather survivors into isolated, sealed communities, vaults, domes, whatever you have to do. Self-sustaining small communities while we re-engineered the planet. Could take centuries to work. I ran the math. It was feasible. It was doable. But Hana didn't believe we'd ever get the cooperation.
But you really thought you would?
Yes, I never gave up.
But did you actually have concrete support?
I didn't have time. She didn't give me time. Hana spits.
Why did you stay here all this time?
Who did you ask that of? Hana?
Yeah.
This is where I did it. This is where it happened. This is the strongest point of connection to the woods that I called.
And? Would it collapse if you left?
She looks at her own very mortal hands. I guess not.
Well, that's living proof.
You stayed here and allowed those same supremacist urges that the people had before to run rampant, and the Kuroyuri just randomly cutting off communities from the bloom. You've allowed them to be judge, jury, and executioner to entire people, seemingly unaware.
The
Were you
Kuroyuri,
feasted here over a cell?
they did this.
Why did the Kuroyuri cut Orvi's people off?
I don't know.
I don't
And
think
why did you allow it?
I didn't.
All of this is you.
You don't get to play God and then decide when you do and don't intervene. This is all on you, like Orvi said.
You decided to let thousands die, there'd be a few survivors. Oh yeah, fuck it, they'll do fine.
that's a good point.
The spirits were there to take care of them, to guide them on a better path.
But that you weren't watching that relationship. You weren't there. You let the Kuroyuri curse the Oniyuri tribe. They haven't had relationships with their blossom spirits for years. And you're telling us that you didn't know? What do you mean you didn't know? You were the most connected to the most vital parts of our world.
Can't be everybody's mind at once. I tried. I can't.
But then you should have passed that along.
I was going to.
You've had 100 years to get help.
I've
And
been
you
learning
needed-
for 100 years. Time changed for me. I've been studying. I was practicing. I was finally ready to start passing that down. And a new Azrai appears. It was a sign. It was all going to go. It all made sense until you showed up.
Don't put this on us.
It's not their fault. You were the one that even closed the way gates in the first place.
It was better that way. Bazaroth and their works, and she points over at Ganyu Sinmal. The way gates are open. Our whole world is in danger.
Your
Yeah,
world
well,
is
it's
not
been
in
in danger for a while.
Exactly.
And I can't do anything about it anymore.
You
I
weren't
have
doing anything about it
nothing.
in the first place.
Then nothing's changed.
You have a very cavalier attitude towards becoming a god and then not watching out for your people, Hana.
I've lost everything now. I couldn't help them if I wanted to.
You
you
have
wanted to.
lost everything because we have it now. And
We
you're
have to
not
do
getting it
another
back.
way.
Yeah, you pissed that shot away.
Look,
You're right. There's so much you could have done.
Look, it's clear we're not going to get anywhere with this, and it's not like we can't fix what has happened. We can't change the past. We are just here now with what we have at our disposal. Obviously, this entire history is intertwined with good and bad and confusing. But maybe there was a way that Steel and Bloom could be together. We just didn't give it time to figure that out.
Speaking of time, how long after the bloom did Rejuvia start making this happen around her?
She sealed me moments after it happened. I tried to stop her when she opened the gate. And I was going to be caught in it, and she stopped it from killing me by sealing me in that.
So she wanted to save you, but no one else. But she had time to save you and no one else?
I had seconds, she says. I had seconds.
If only someone could have been more prepared and not had the bloom sprung upon them.
That's Rejuvia agreeing with you, by the way. Not Hana being just completely recalcitrant.
Now's your time to fix things, Hana. Do you still have a connection to the bloom, or has that been severed entirely? Are you aware?
She wraps her arms around herself and shakes her head. You still know more
well.
about these damn things than anyone else does, Rejuvia says to her.
You've had 100 years to prepare. You were about ready to try to make another scion to take your place. You can take the knowledge that you've gathered over the last 100 years. Use Jisha. Use the villages. They all have elders. They all have people who want to help. Help Orvi's people. Hold the Kuroyuri accountable for what they've done.
I know you feel alone. There's no beat of a planet there. There's no breeze, no chirping of the birds. I've been there for 10 years. My entire people have been there for 10 years. Not feeling any of those things. And now we're on the brink of invading places the same way that your planet before was going to die. Because we're running out of food. And when we starve, my people won't give up. They're not going to lie down and die. That's why I'm so desperate.
Okay. Okay. She stands up. Let's see what we can do.
That is the first good thing you've said since we walked into this room.
And I'm still taking your kid.
Actually, at that, John takes out the storm tier and he walks up to Jisha. And he holds the one tear from the storm before her. Jisha, since this whole thing began, your one and only goal has been to safeguard this world. If anybody should raise this new being into being a protector and somebody that can help, it should be you. Not Lo, not Hana. I don't know if you're ready, but I don't think you have the time to decide. You need to take the reins that have been thrust upon you. And John thrusts the egg.
Jisha will like catch it because she like doesn't really know what else to do except like take the thing that's in front of her. She's like, I don't even know what this is.
You know what that is. That's the rebirth of this world. You have
Did
time.
Jisha sense anything holding this thing, like actually like touching it?
Mm-hmm.
What does she sense?
It's alive. It's absolutely full of life. It comes from a world that's as alive as the bloom, but always was. It wasn't transformed. It wasn't shocked into it. It is from a world that is bursting with life and bursting with love.
I probably feel those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like holding this. I probably
it's not
okay.
knowledge. It's a sensation.
Yeah, it's like internal. I think Jisha would definitely like be like a little emotionally overwhelmed just feeling the presence of what this thing has, and she'll like very quietly like nod her head and just like hold it as she stands there with the egg.
I know you can do this, right?
It's gonna take everyone. It can't just be me. I don't feel like I can. I'm not suited for this responsibility.
Alone, no. But learn from the mistakes that Hana made. You have an entire civilization of people that you can draw upon. You don't have to make a decision right now. You can take your time and do this right.
I know I'm probably the last person you want help from, but once we lift this curse, I'll have some time on my hands.
Well, I'll make you a deal, Orvi. I know how much you like deals.
You know me?
Because I can't do this alone. How about I help you and your village lift this curse? And you and I work together to figure out a way where we can have this new guardian help us restore balance to the bloom and the steel, sharing a space in this world.
I think we could make that work. Handshake time.
Jisha does not shake your hand.
he kind of like fist bumps on your fist if it's on the egg. Yeah.
She's
Speaking
like,
of this
that's
world.
too much. That's too much nicety between the two of them.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Speaking of this world, and John looks over at Hana, again, kind of mirroring Rejuvia's look of scorn and pity, not anger. I think going forward, you need to decide on a different name. You don't have to make the choice now. Again, take your time. But perhaps, and John motions over to Rejuvia, perhaps you can take the counsel of others who were willing to not look for an immediate solution.
I think Apocalypto's got a good ring to it.
I was thinking John, but, you know, that's good too. John winks at them.
And Rejuvia says, like I said, you know more anything about these things, and I'm the last person on this world who remembers anything about how it was before. So she looks over at Orvi and at Jisha. You're going to need both of us.
Damn right we are. I hope you know how to build those things.
Teach you? Thing or two? You
Save
shouldn't.
me buying them.
Your entire livelihood should not be dependent on whether or not the spirits are your friend.
Honestly, hard agree.
All right. The heroes of this world, called Hana for now, are all standing united on one side. John and Asena on the other. And a big old friggin' suit of armor with a fiery mouth still standing in a pit, staring at John, waiting for what's next.
John looks over at Jisha. The gates are open, right?
I guess they should be. There's nothing holding them back now that the bloom has lost control.
John looks back at Ganya Sinmol. Where are your brethren? There were more of you in this world, is that right?
Hunting in the woods.
Oh, not here in the woods.
Yes.
Ah. John looks at Jisha. You can get to the woods.
Yep.
I propose this. Help Ganya Symbol collect the rest of their brethren from the woods, return them back to where they came from. Not in exile, but send them as emissaries. You will need to start opening relations between you and the rest of the worlds in order to move forward. Again, don't think of them as separate. They are all joined together, much like the 5 fingers of a hand.
Oh. Jisha looks at her hand.
You can be the thumb, though.
Okay.
John turns back to Ganya Symbol. For your life, does this agreeable to you?
Acceptable.
John removes his dragon fear.
All right.
And can I say one final thing?
Absolutely. We are drawing the scene to a close, but anybody who needs one last remark, one last scene, etc., can take it. John, you go first.
John looks to Hana. As you've said, I'm not of this world, and I have no right to pass judgment on you for what you've done. I am allowed, however, to have my opinions on things, and I just want to share with you. I know that you did what you did because you thought it was right. And trust me, I've been there. I'm not trying to talk down to you. I want you to know I understand. I know what you did was because you were truly trying to save this world. But no, you did make a mistake. And I think it's only right for you to attempt to atone for it. Like you said, you can't go back and change it. It's done. People are dead. The world has changed. But you can move forward. And I think that the people of whatever you decide to call this place deserve that. I know you've been disconnected from the bloom, but you're still the Hana that these people knew from legend. If you are seen returning back to the villages with Rejuvia and Jisha and Orvi, and you're able to come together and explain what happened, take ownership for what you did, it's going to be chaotic. People are going to get upset. But it's better coming from you joint with everyone working together than for Jisha and Orvi to attempt to do this alone. Can you put aside anything you hold on to about what had happened in order to move forward for the betterment of this world?
She hesitates for a moment, still passing through physical shock, and answers you only with a slight nod.
Jisha will kind of like look to Rejuvia and Hana as well and just say, we can't do this without you. Either of you. We have to work together.
Juvia scowls at Hana for a moment, but can't disagree with you.
Hey, it's not gonna be shit forever. Zazik sort of like screeches around Orvi. I know this curse can be lifted, and I think that's gonna be priority number 1.
Asena, any last words as Slakura continues to bounce on your head?
Well, Slakura went over to
Right.
what's his name? The name I can't say.
Gotten you symbol?
Yeah.
And healed him?
Healed him for 13.
Ganyusima looks at Slakura, looks down, blink, blink.
Slakura is bouncing away now really fast.
Congratulations, you've woobified the spirit-eating abomination. Any other closing remarks or anything else as we set the sun on this scene?
I don't think Asena says anything.
Okay. As our heroes part ways, and you've got your comms coming through, the Blossom Spirits can no longer guide you out. But fortunately, Gaston, for the wayfarers who are from off-world, points you towards those other tunnels, and you're able to cut your way through things in order to make it in. And
Can I just say it'd be hilarious if, like, at the end of this, Gaston's like, "Yo!" Because there was an open channel the whole time.
And he's been trying to communicate the whole time, but he accidentally was on mute. He's been trying to chime in the entire time.
Oh my god, could you guys not hear me? No!
You're giving away the whole point of this was, oh my god. So the last thing that we hear as the heroes of Yokai Blossom wander off their own way, Rujuvia looks over to Orvi and Jisha, says, "There's something about a cursed tree," and she spins her pulse cannon.
Damn right.
Yeah.
And so Orvi and Jisha, along with the two predecessors, the founders of their world, head off to confront an entire civilization with a difficult truth and try to lead them into a new era. John and Asena, the two of you, how are you going to make your way back to Northport?
And just to clarify, Ganyu Symbol's going with them too, because Jisha's going to escort them to the
Yes.
woods at some point. Okay, cool.
The heroes and also the spirit-eating, who again was not supposed to be like a friendly comedic relief character, but I think that might be happening.
Anime 5th edition. Boom.
Yeah.
It's worth having in our corner when we rock up to the Koriuri village, like, we're gonna need that tree.
After saying your goodbyes, John and Asena, and you have your escape tunnels that Gaston found, you're able to reunite. Are you just going to use the waygate to go back? Because if you do, that's going to take you into Mr. Lowe's basement.
I think that would kind of be cool, but we also, John looks to Asena, we could always go find Rocco.
I don't know. And then what?
Well,
Are we just gonna run away from Mr. Lowe forever?
And that's when Gaston chimes in. I think that we should go back. I think despite the fact that we were on opposite ends of the alliance spectrum, I think he deserves to know what happened and that give him the reason why.
That we exploded the teardrop and we brought him this.
So I absolutely been here the whole time to Etelvino through that last scene.
Been here the whole time. Oh my god, what if you brought back Slakura and that was his new daughter?
I think
Oh my god.
Etelvino chimes in. I mean, maybe we just have to kill him.
That is what we're good at doing.
We're pretty excellent at that. But then that leaves another power vacuum. Wait a minute, Edelvina, you could take over. You're a very honorable, forthright, and, you know, quite frankly, stealthy as hell individual. Instead of guarding people and watching them, quite frankly, ruin things within Northport, you could take things and just make it a little better.
kind of like the idea of having a whole bunch of ninjas working for me. Bring some class to the place.
Okay, then I seriously think that we should probably take a quick rest before we head back.
Alright, do you guys
Return of the
right
Jedi
in on the
Ewok party.
inside.
So the ending that I'm imagining at this point, and you're welcome to retcon any other conversations with Shiori, or let's not say Zanami because that would be complicated. With Shiori and with Jisha and Orvi, etc. I think that the ending we go for is you take a rest, and then Etelvina and the two of you say goodbye to your blossom spirits. They can't leave this world, but it might be possible to find a way in the future.
Yeah.
Hana will work on it.
I want to make sure that Lostish, since they have a connection to the Kuroyuri, that I get a promise from everyone that they're not going to be held responsible for, unless it turns out that they were part of it, I guess. But I feel like they're trying to be penitent about, spreading love. So I think that taking his shadow and removing it away and turning it back into the tiny little, cute shadowy vine that it is, he's going to give Lostish over, and it's going to be okay. But they need your help. You need to spread the love, and they're going to need that inspiration of yours. Trust me. So I'll be back soon. I'll come check in on you, and hopefully by then you'll have done your good deeds, and we can, I don't know, go for coffee or something.
Jisha will provide all of the encouragement in the world that Lostish will be very well taken care of, as will Slakura.
And so, with our final set of goodbyes, back on top of the Botan Mountain where it all began, Gaston, John.
Oh, one last thing. I want to hear from Shiori that John wasn't the meddling prick she thought he was, even though he was a meddling prick.
Is Orvi leaving?
No.
Meddling prick!
Understandable. Have a nice day. And please.
All right, so we've got our the heroes of Yokai Blossom standing in a line, the full cast lineup shot waving goodbye as Gaston, Asena, and John and Etelvina gather their weapons, fully rested, and prepare to go face a potentially angry dragon crime boss. And they step back through the portal, freeze frame, anime OST plays, credits scroll. Thank you, all of you. Not actual freeze frame, sorry. I wanted to say thank you so much to Nekra for joining us. It's been an absolute... Jisha's fantastic, and you are awesome. It's been a lot of fun. Also, like, this last session ruled. Leg Day, always amazing. Thank you for bringing Orvi to life, bringing in some pathos. If he ever gets played again, I promise we will buff the crap out of him from NPC levels. But the RP needs no buff. You did a great job. And of course, thank you to Daisukami Publishing Company for sponsoring this arc. It made it possible to do all these extra graphics, this whole extra side story, which I really, really enjoyed. And so we appreciate their support. They've been great to work with. And thanks to all of you for joining us. You'll be able to find all of these fine people, both around on the internet and on Casters and Castles. So thank you so much. And I think unless anyone else has anything to say, we'll say goodnight.
See you tomorrow, baby.
Good night, everybody. GG.